Um, but we couldn't stop them, from the end of the first half forward. Uh, he was on. We tried several different coverages. I was proud of the offense as far as their resiliency to come back and score. Uh, they overcame a lot of their own self-infliction with penalties, a lot of jumping off sides. We had one on defense that crushed us on a 3rd and 5. But I thought our kids played extremely hard. We really felt like we could come beat LSU tonight. We fell 3 points short, but give them all the credit because they found a way to win. And but we've got a good football team. We got a lot to work on. But I like this team. I think they fight, and I'm proud of their effort. I'm just not. None of us are happy with the result.
Adrian. Coach, we surprised how the game played out. The first quarter being first half being such a defensive effort, and the second half just so much offense.
I think so a little bit, Trey, on both sides. I think going into it, the last 3 years, and that ironic, guys, another damn 3-point loss. And the bad thing is the Razorbacks are 1-3 and 1 win, 3 losses. But to answer your question, I felt like it was going to be a defensive game. I thought we could change coverages enough and I thought we could get some pressure, which I felt like we did early in the first half. And then, they did a really good job of blocking up our rush, and he was on. And a lot of times he didn't have to be on because we weren't covering him very good. And that's going to happen every now and then, but it happened too many times for us to win tonight. But I was a little surprised. And then the way that we came back and, we had some self-inflicted 5-yard penalties, 10-5 twice, and still to go down and score. That was really good resiliency for the line or for the offense, even though they made the mistakes to put us in that situation. But you can't watch the Hogs tonight and not be pleased with the effort and the fight that these kids had. We ran out of timeouts. We couldn't get a play called, couldn't get a play ran. They stood over the ball quite a length at times. And I ran out of timeouts at the end. Before somebody asked, did I think about letting them score? Yes, but I don't think they would have. I don't think they would have scored. We talked about it because I was out of timeouts. And then I decided to come all out and try to jar a fumble. So we went after them in those last plays. Could we have let them score? Absolutely. We talked about it. I thought our chances would be better off at that point with no timeouts, trying to jar it loose and or block or miss a field goal.
Sam, quarterbacks was a big storyline from the game.
Yeah.
How do you think KJ played? And then if you could elaborate on Daniels, how come this a guy like that?
Thought both of them played better as the game. I'm not talking for Coach Kelly, but I thought both of them played better as the game went on. Both of them made plays. Daniels made plays with his feet as well, especially in crucial situations. KJ did as well. But I thought as the game went on, both quarterbacks got in rhythm, and both of them were really hard to stop.
Sam, do you think that in the first half, not being able to push in,
Yeah, I do. Hurt us. We got down there twice and came away with 6 points, and both of them, I think we had first down. I know one of them we had on the 5, and the other one I think was on the 8, and we weren't able to score and come away with 3. And then, when we faked the field goal down there, I thought we'd score 2. I think we actually kicked a further field goal than what we faked. But I really thought we needed something to spark us at that point, and I thought it would, but it didn't work out.
Was that
something you guys saw in the film tape that it would work a fake field goal?
Yeah, it's the same one we ran to the left 2 years ago when we were here. But we ran it to the right. We felt like hopefully they wouldn't talk about a fake because they were worried about whether we were going to go for it or not, and which we were, but we were just using it out of a field goal formation. So Max did a nice job and they blocked it up real nice. We just didn't get any more points out of that than if we just would have kicked it.
Coach, you've been talking about the offensive line has been a topic of conversation for a while. You even talked about the lack of push.
Yeah.
A few weeks tonight, it's like you got to push.
Yeah, I thought, we couldn't hold up. Well, there's a sack or maybe two that I felt like we had plenty. Dominique came over, but we just couldn't get anybody open. We kind of held the ball for a little bit. KJ's trying to make a play. But I thought they got good push. I thought our dub was huge tonight. I mean, he made some really good runs. Obviously, Luke has is a ball playing son of a gun. But I thought Dominique really showed his toughness, his grit, and ability to make people miss tonight. I don't think there's any doubt that LSU has a really, really good football team. I just wish we'd have had three more than they did. But I think there was a lot of good things that we saw. Obviously, we still got to clean up the penalties. But other than that, I think we fought our butt off, to be honest with you, against what I think is one of the better teams we'll play this year.
Sam, I know it's not the outcome you want, but considering how things went last week, to play LSU, right to Death Valley, what positives can take this moving forward into?
I told the team after the game, we're in the SEC. It's a hard league and everybody's good, but I think LSU is one of the elite teams of this league, and played toe-to-toe at night with them on the road. Now, they may have played well, they may not have played. I don't know. I don't know what Coach Kelly thinks of how they played. But we wanted to fight. We went in there fighting, and we just came up short. But there are some positives that you can take from it, that, we scored 31 points on what I think is a good defense. If you look last week against Mississippi State, they just weren't able to do it. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of positives. You believe you can win several games and things of that nature after a performance of tonight. We just got to clean up the penalties, like I said last week. But the effort has always been there this year. I thought we played a good half on defense, or a good almost a half on defense. And we got to get some things figured out defensively, because we didn't stop in the second half.
You talked about the pre-snaps and staying with the is that more what's the LSU the atmosphere, or is it more like you're
Well, the atmosphere certainly has something to do with it. I mean, you'd be a fool, not to think that it did. But we had some checks in, obviously, for depending on what front they were in. And we just weren't getting set fast enough. And the clock was fast tonight. I mean, and they were standing over it. And then we subbed. And when we subbed, they stood over it again, and we got in trouble. And so we ended up we quit substituting during the live ball drive. And but no, it's our fault. It's nobody's fault. The crowd did play a part of it, and they did exactly what we thought they was going to do. We thought they was going to stem because it's loud, and we worked on it, and evidently we got to come up with some other way to get that handled.
So, Coach, do you feel like if you get this down tonight, there are going to be some wins?
Oh yeah, I believe we're going to win. Damn the rest of them, and I mean, we may not. But we got a good football team, and I think LSU is a good football team. I thought that coming in. I mean, they're a good team, and but yeah, yes, I believe we've got a good football team. I think they'll bounce back next week, and we know we got a really good team in A&M. They had a big win today, but we can go win football games. Yes.
So I know by his standards, KJ had a bit of an off game last week. I just think he bounced back tonight. What did he do real well?
I thought he threw the ball better. He obviously made some plays with his feet. You know, Dan, they called some really good read plays with him, reading the 3 technique, reading the nose guard, and he made some good runs off of that. He pushed a pile forward several times on third down, or a few times on third down to get first downs. He was competitive. And, you know, I think he came in wanting to show the world that he was a good quarterback as well as Daniels. And I think people think that. So we're just disappointed that we couldn't finish out the game.
Coach, that wide receiver trio.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we needed to play Broden more, and that was the way to get him out there, but we had to move Tesla to slot. We felt like Broden, wasn't it Broden that caught that touchdown pass in the corner to go up 13-3? We thought, you know, he's got experience, but we just hadn't got him on the field enough to kind of get in rhythm. So we felt like, let's get him in early. But I think he gives us a tall weapon, and I think Tesla did a nice job at slot as well. Luke Has is really a valuable football player to us as well, and did some wonderful things.
Is there anything specific changed from first half to second half with the defensive line or not being able to get pressure on Daniels?
No. And I didn't see him do a whole lot different in protections. They ran the ball more in the second half than they did in the first half, and that may have took some of that rush off of us. You know what I mean? But they ran the ball well. They kicked us pretty hard there on the first drive. The guy went for about 40 on a run on us. And I think their ability to run the ball slowed our pass rush down a little bit. And, you know, Coach Davis, their line coach over there, and he's a good football coach, and they did a good job of adjusting so we couldn't get pressure. And their backs blocked well, too.
Just looking back, how tough was that last defensive possession in the first half?
Well, I don't think it took but about 18 seconds, I think. I think we kicked off with 48 and they scored with 30, if I'm correct. It was hard. And I think in that possession, I don't quote me on this, but I believe we played 2 zones and a man, and the man he run by us. But we went in knowing we were going to have to play some man, trying to get to the quarterback, trying to get an extra edge out there so he wouldn't run on us and things. But yeah, looking back, going in 13-3 versus 13-10, yeah, big difference. I think our kids bounced back from that pretty fast. You know what I mean? And then they came out and got the ball and went down and scored, and, you know, put us in a jam or playing catch up, you know, a little bit the rest of the game.
And one more on Luke. You know, his first game as a true freshman, he rode Death Valley and whatever. How do you think he played in that moment?
Thought he was really, you know, he jumped off once or twice off sides. You know, it's different when you're on the ball and when you're off the ball. And we evidently didn't give them tight ends enough look of movement, pre-snap movement on the ball. I know we gave a lot during practice, but I don't know. I'll have to go back and look to see how many I felt like we gave them on the football. Because there's a difference when a guy's moving from you to I than if you're, you know, back another 3 to 4 foot. But I think he played outstanding.
Coach, appreciate you.
All right, guys.
Yeah, great.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about Davis coming in, having top two quarterbacks in the league. I just think you played, and I don't know if you got to see any of him, but what you think about how you all both played and step up to the big moment?
That was really good. I mean, of course, it wasn't the outcome that we wanted, but I mean, I feel like I came in, we was prepared. We had great preparation throughout the week, and we knew everything that was going to do, and we just got to finish drives. I mean, that's the main thing going into it. We got to finish drives, and it starts with me up front, and just being able to be a leader and just finish drives and pull my team and rally my team together when we get in the red zone to put up points on the board.
You feel like kind of like in a shootout with him there in the second half and your offensive.
Yeah, I mean, it's the SEC. I mean, that's what you come to the SEC for. I mean, two elite quarterbacks going at it, battling. So leaving it all out there on the field. I mean, that's what we talked about. Even after the game, I mean, we shook hands and we both gave each other respects, and I mean, we moved on. So.
AJ, what can you say about the game that Luke had this Sunday?
Man, a tremendous game. I mean, just him just being in the right place at the right time. When I do break the pocket, he's making sure he working scramble rules and me finding him. And it was a great job by him, even working up the field. So to me, just find him and then making a great catch. And then on the last touchdown, we needed that touchdown, big touchdown, and he came through. So just shouts out to him. I mean, he's maturing, he's growing. And I mean, in clutch situation, I can count on him.
Now, Luke, what did you see on your first touchdown?
Well, I know that no matter what, KJ is going to make the play last long, so I got to do whatever I can to get open for him because, I mean, he's a big quarterback. I mean, he's 250-plus pounds, so, I mean, he's not going to come down easy. So just being able to realize that he's going to make chances for me to scramble and get open, and he connected with me, and I was excited for it.
Did they play off of you defensively at times? You were able to get underneath quite easily, it seemed like.
They did a bunch of different stuff on defense. I mean, I'll have to go back and look at it on film, but they did some good stuff. But I mean, we were prepared for it. We just need to execute better and go back to Monday and keep working.
I know this is your fourth game, but what do you think about KJ? The game he played such a high level competition.
I mean, I'd say every game KJ is going to bring it. I mean, since I've got here, he's helped me in the passing game and just like the chemistry we built in the off season, and then just him being him. I mean, he's been starting here for a while now, and I've got a lot of confidence in him, and it's been nice getting to play with him.
Yeah, for both y'all, I know it's obviously a tough loss, not the outcome you want, but I really thought y'all played great. And can you maybe build on this going into AM? I just feel like the team bounced back from a tough loss and now moving forward. Maybe KJ first, then.
Just being able to get back to the drawing board. I mean, this game right here showed that we have a great amount of potential on our team. We didn't divide at all when adversity hit us. I mean, we came together, and I mean, you can see on the field that we was all locked in. We was all bought in. We was cheering on defense cheering us on. So it was a real team effort. I mean, we came up short, true enough, but it also showed the growth and the maturity that we have on our team, and that we're in a great spot right now. I mean, we just got to do the little things right, penalties and things like that, clean up the mistakes on our part, and don't shoot ourselves in the foot. I mean, moving forward, we know that. So just being able to go take each day by day, focus on the small details, and just get back in the win column.
I mean, he hit on a lot of the points, but just like you said, going back this next week, flushing this week, and going back to practice, getting ready to game plan for Texas A&M, and I mean, every team we're going to play the rest of the way is going to be really good. So I mean, just going to practice every day, giving it our all, like it's our last game. So that's exactly what we're going to do.
You're a true freshman. That was your first road game in Death Valley. You look like a much older guy. What was it like for you?
It was definitely a great experience. I knew coming in here it was going to be a good atmosphere. And, I mean, I just go by every game. I just got to play like it's a normal game. So, and that's exactly what happened.
Great job, fellas.
Daniel's a great player. He's been up incredible numbers. You guys held him down for most of the first half. I guess what do you think of his play, and how hard is it to hold a guy down like that for a whole game? Maybe Gene, thanks for that.
Well, I say he's a very great player. You know, we had a very good game plan. You know, the result didn't go out the way we wanted to, but at the end of the day, you know, we still played hard and we still held him down to as much as we could. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great runner, great passer. He's been in talks for Heisman for a while. So I mean, we just coming out, we just wanted to make it feel a little fresher. And I feel like we did that in the first half. And yeah, I mean, he's an excellent player. It's kind of the end of the day. Got to look back and give him credit.
What kind of changed from the first half to the second half? Coach Pittman came in here and kind of said that their ability to run the ball a little bit better might have softened up the pass defense. I'm curious, how much does that kind of them running it affect the pass defense, and maybe what else did you guys think that changed for the defense?
Yeah, I think they got established a little run offense in that second half, and so maybe having to play more aggressive on that and allowed them to go deep a few times. I mean, they got great coaches. We got great coaches, and they just made some good adjustments at halftime.
Guys, was there anything from the BYU game to this game that, I don't know if it woke you or what, but it looks like you guys played a lot better, the whole team?
We was just ready for the game, rivalry game. So we was just ready to step up to the challenge and play good defense and go out there and just ball out.
Yeah, I think same thing. I mean, we had great intensity all practice this week, and so I think just especially coming off a loss against BYU, I mean, you never want to have that happen, but had it happen again today. So, I mean, coming next week, we got to do the same thing we did in practice and just be aggressive next Saturday.
Was there, from the last minute of the first half, did you guys feel like that just gave them just a ton of momentum to, hey, we can maybe do this and this will work for us going into halftime, whereas you guys had all the momentum?
I don't know. I think they just made some good adjustments at halftime, getting that run offense established, and so I think that might have been it.
Hudson, you've been watching KJ for a while. Jaheen, this is your first time. I don't know how much you guys are able to watch during the game, but what's it like from the sideline? I mean, he kind of put a really good performance together for the offense.
Yeah, I mean, every time one goes out there, he's going to do his thing. Sometimes it looks like he's going to get sacked and he just bounces right off the defense. And so, I mean, you can never count him out, running or passing the ball.
Like you said, very physical runner, very great QB, able to, put the ball in small spaces where the defense don't know and be able to just make adjustments on the field just like that. So,
once LSU gets thrown, they're hard to stop. I know what they did to Mississippi State, but you don't feel like, hey, whatever Daniels does, we got KJ. He's going to go out there and do something too. Kind of, what was the thought on that?
I just feel like, both great players, but just KJ is going out there, just being able just to respond to the moment, respond to the momentum, and be able to make those plays and put the ball where it needs to be at the right exact moment is real.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. He just, every time he steps out on the field, he's going to compete, and we got great trust in the offense that they're going to go do their thing, and then they got great trust in us. So I think it goes both ways.
I know it's not the outcome you want, but they were 17-point favorites at home. They had everything going when you guys come off a tough loss and you're all in the middle of the wire. How good do you feel about the effort and just how you can build on that maybe for next week?
I'll say just great effort, man. We fought our heart out. We've played to the end of the whistle. So just being able to just bounce back, go back to work this week, practice hard, because we got a great opponent coming up against us. So just being able to just keep that momentum going on the defense and offense and just play.
Yeah, I think we gave great effort for all 60 minutes. I mean, a loss is never acceptable. And so I think going into next week, we got to fix some stuff and then just get ready to play in.
Good job, fellas. Thank you.